If I could indulge you one quick second, I want to take you back to 1995. I was getting ready to graduate from Whittier College. I was student body president, Black Student Union president, played basketball, so I thought I was pretty much God's gift to sales at that point. I had an internship with Allergan Pharmaceuticals for 2 summers in college. They hired me as their first intern that was hired to be a pharmaceutical sales rep in Los Angeles. And I had South Central, Southgate, Inglewood, Compton, Kingsview Medical Center. That was my territory. And it was ranked pretty much last in the nation. I told everyone I was going to be the #1 salesperson in the company because that was what I thought. So my mentor sat me down, and she said, Jamar, what do you want to do with your career? And like many of us when we're that young, guess what I said? I said, I want to make as much money as possible, get promoted as quickly as possible, and be the CEO of Allergan Pharmaceuticals one day. And she said, what do you want to do with your career? I said, I want to make as much money as possible. I didn't think she heard me. I want to get promoted as quickly as possible, and I want to be the CEO of Allergan Pharmaceuticals one day. And she looked at me, and here's what she said. I want you to remember this. She said, I'm not asking you what you want to do. I'm asking you who you want to become. Because she said, throughout your career, you are going to do so many different things. Things that you plan, things that you never planned for. But she said, the thing that will never change is that you are the person doing those things. So what legacy do you want to leave behind? How do you want to make your mark on the people that you interact with throughout your career? Well, at 22, I didn't really care about what she was talking about. And so I was about making money, getting promoted. So for the next 2 years, I went out, and I was really trying to make money and get promoted. I wanted to be the #1 salesperson. After 2 years, I found myself in front of my boss, and my rankings were 91 to 98 at the bottom. My boss pretty much said, and I'm going to cut down this as much as possible, Clifton. My boss pretty much said, you're not cut out for sales. You don't have what it takes. I don't think you're fit for this company. And I want you to sign this piece of paper, which is a written warning saying if you don't improve your sales results, you're going to get fired. There I was, after thinking I was going to be God's gift to sales, and I'm about to get fired. And you have that moment in your life sometime where you're faced with a choice. I call it a moment of impact. You can go left or right. You can keep doing what you're doing, and guess what that's going to lead to? More of the same stuff, right? Or you can make a change and hope that something is different. And so what happened at that point, I was desperate to get business. I was absolutely desperate to get something. So I went to this doctor's office. I was selling eye care medications for glaucoma, which is a disease that affects our community relentlessly. It's unbelievable. And so I went to this doctor's office. I wanted to get business. I was there in my suit and tie. And I'm like, I got to close this deal. And I looked in the patient room with the doctor. The door was open, and there was this African-American woman in the room. And as they were finishing up, he pointed her in my direction. And have you ever had that experience where somebody is walking towards you but really don't want to talk to them, so you kind of turn? So I'm kind of turning because I'm there to get business. I don't have time for this conversation. And she walks up to me, she taps me on the shoulder. I turn around, and she says, young man, Dr. Peace, some of you may even know him, says that, you're in pharmaceutical sales. I said, yeah. And she said, well, I have glaucoma. I said, you do? And she said, I'm taking one of your medications, Allergan. So I perked up because I'm thinking dollar signs. And so I said, how's it working for you? And she said, not too good. I'm like, what do you mean, not too good? We were taught that our medications are the best in the world. And she said, well, it's not the medication, it's because I didn't understand the disease. I missed my doctor's appointments for the last couple of years. And she pulled out a bag with pills in it. And she said, I have to decide what medications I'm going to buy every month because I can't afford everything. And since glaucoma doesn't hurt, I didn't think it was that serious. And I found out today that I'm blind in one eye and 50% blind in the other eye. And in that moment, everything changed for me. I realized she is my purpose. Helping people with the resources I had. I had the ability to give away free medications, but guess what? I never did because guess what? They were free. I wanted to make money. I had the ability to pay for drug screenings when like Johnson & Johnson is sponsoring this event. I could have done that, but guess what? I didn't do it. You know why? It wasn't making money. But in that instant, my whole world changed. And I became 100% dedicated to helping patients like that. I wanted to help her preserve her vision because can you imagine being that age and not being able to see your grandchildren for something that could have been prevented? And so I was relentless about that focus. And I went out every single day to help little old ladies. And a year later, same territory, same customers, same doctor, same product, same competition, I was on stage as the #1 salesperson at Allergan Pharmaceuticals. Thank you. And so what I want you to think about is, what is your purpose professionally? Who are the people that you fight for?